Okay, as we look at the agenda, I apologize, Cindy, that I did not see that request for your out-of-state travel. And to save you some time, absolutely, I would like to move you up on the agenda as the next item if there's no problem at the table with that. Okay, Cindy, why don't you come forward and present that, please? And that's item number 5, as listed on the agenda.
Thank you so much, County Manager and Commissioners. This is a request for out-of-state travel for Jeanette Huckins and myself. We have been trying to cut corners and not do the big, huge National Animal Humane conferences that we usually go to because they end up costing me airline tickets. The last one, I believe this one is Florida. So we've been trying to hit the local ones that we can get to. This one, at the last training we did, the people from Best Friends, who is an organization in Colorado that we work with quite a bit, decided because of the economy that they would put this together. It's a 3-day conference. Lucky us, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Wow. Yeah, we're pretty happy about that. But they do have quite a few classes that will be very beneficial to us. They have 5 workshops in the 3 days, building the basics of building a life-saving organization, how to focus your community on no-kill objectives, animal care techniques that advance your homeless pet mission, funding your building and your mission, saving lives the new fashion way, marketing, media, and communications, and exploring new worlds using social media and technology to save lives, amongst lots of speakers and different kind of things. So I do feel like this conference will have quite a bit to offer us. We have some local people out of Salt Lake, and they're not. We kind of have some of these conferences that the big huge ones, they pull people in from California and New York, and they don't quite understand how we small communities have to operate and what our funding is all about, and what kind of resources we have. So I think since this one is basically coming out of Colorado and Utah and stuff, I think maybe they will have some to offer us. They are also giving us a discount. We were supposed to have all the paperwork into them. I'm sorry, I'm not very organized tonight. And I talked to the supervisor there, and she allowed us to go ahead and get the early bird registration prices, which saved us, I think, $50 or $75 per person. And I have the letter. I don't know if I attached the letter with your paperwork, but I have a letter from her stating that she'll work with our PO system and go ahead and give us the early bird pricing.
Okay, thank you, Cindy. Are there questions at the table?
How many people are you requesting go?
Just myself and Jeanette. And we have already put in for our POs for payment on this, and it is available in our budget.
My concern with this, did you have something? My concern with this, certainly I don't want to sound hypocritical because you have all my support when it comes to all that you do at the animal shelter.
Okay.
I know that one of the goals is to kind of add on to your existing building, and so, I'm trying the staff to travel to the Association of Counties. There was many people that had to not go to that conference that usually do attend. So on this request, even though I'm 100% supportive of what you guys do, I would have to say no on this one because we did not allow a lot of the other county staff to take travel for training, and this one is actually out of state, and I would much rather save that money and try to put it towards adding on to your building at some point sooner rather than later. So that's kind of where I stand. Did you have anything there?
I think it's across the board. Don't take it personal. We're cutting back, and like I said, as much as if there's anything local or online that you guys can do, or by all means, if funding comes back in, we'll make sure that we put you further up on the list of being able to go. But I feel the same way that we need to go back and just wait and see.
And I know there might be questions maybe in the audience or even maybe from staff that might be in the audience. We did, at maybe 2 or 3 commission meetings ago, we did allow for the sheriff to take out-of-state travel, and we did approve his request. And I felt justified in that decision because they got a big grant that was going towards surveillance equipment. And where they were going, there were multiple vendors there, and I felt like because we were able to approve that trip, he was able to acquire the equipment at a better price. So certainly I don't want it to come across that there's any preferential treatment, but that's kind of where I stand on that because it really did add a lot of savings to us. So I don't know that we've approved any other out-of-state recently. We have, well, Jason went to pick up the brush truck, and that I think was justified.
We have 2 members of dispatch going to California next week for a conference.
Okay.
And might I add that we're traveling in the vehicle, so we're not plane tickets or anything like
Are
that.
you taking a county vehicle?
Mhm. So it's just the gas supply there, and, you know, we're not, like I say, we're actually not even available to stay in the hotel that they've given us because the prices are way too high, so we've been shopping that. I do understand your situation, and like I said, that's why we're trying to go the cheapest, closest places that we can go, so we're not having to do high-end hotels and, you know, airline tickets, and this is actually, we had the Farmington trip earlier, and we have not taken any of our trainings for, I think, almost 2 years now. We haven't gone anywhere,
For 2 years, you have not gone anywhere?
except the local one to Albuquerque that we do once a year, that is, you know, we went to that training, but we haven't done anything out of state for over 2 years.
And you have to have some required hourly training.
No, ma'am, it's just a part of keeping up with, you know, what's going on and trying to get more, you know, information and help on how to get more funding and, you know, keep that, like that, when we went 2 years ago is when we learned about how to do all the Facebook stuff and get into pet finders and, oh, I actually, also with my update that I'm going to give you, I have my stats here, and, oh boy, I didn't get that one in there. It's, hundreds of thousands of hits this year on our Facebook stuff. So I know it really doesn't sound like a lot, but it's really helped us, you know, some of these small conferences. We try to do everything local that we possibly can, but it's very limited because they try to get everybody from the state either at one end or the other end, and Vegas just happens to be a close place that all of us can meet. But we do learn something from it. I do totally understand about the budgeting. That's why we haven't been doing the Florida trip or even Colorado. We haven't gone, but I think to one training in Colorado in a couple of years too. It's been over 2 years, I think, since we've done that.
Okay,
So,
well, thank you, and I appreciate you, Joy, reminding us about dispatch, because was that something we just did pretty recent, that approval? Okay, I would like to see if maybe we could just table this or just put off our decision maybe until a little further in the meeting, so you can put more thought into it. Certainly, I saw your stats last week, they're impressive.
can I hand those out to you?
Absolutely. So, if that's okay, let us have just a second to process that, and then we'll come forward with our decision on it. Do you want to go through your numbers? Okay.
Okay, since we dissolved the board, I'm not doing the every 3 months, so I did this one a little differently for you. These stats are from January of 2011 through August. We had a total number of 464 animals. We had 236 live exits and 228 non. I'd also like to bring to your attention, we had 403 from Torrance County, 5 from Mountain Air, 55 from Moriarty, and 1 from Estancia. And at the time of the stats were taken, we still had 13 left in the shelter. We had 341 dogs, 113 cats, 10 other could be pretty much anything, usually skunks, things of that nature, and we had 4 bite cases. I'm really pleased to tell you that I still have my staff intact. We have Jeanette Huckins, who's been with me 4 years, Christine Hammond, 3, Liz Spalding just hit her 1-year mark, and I think I'm about 9. I lose track of that. We had an awesome open house on August 6th. We had a lot of the public come in for the low cost and reduced spay and neuter. We did quite a bit of microchipping at the time. We also want to thank the new veterinarian that used to be here in Estancia. She's going to be working with us, and we're going to start doing low-cost vaccination clinics every few months. The next one will be, I believe it's the first week in September. So we'll get all of that out for everybody before it starts turning really cold, that we're offering the low-cost vaccinating and get your county licenses and all that stuff. We've seen a steady increase in the traffic at this new location. We have adopted out a total of 61 animals. Last year in August stats, we had only adopted out 44. So that's quite an improvement. We have also seen a huge increase in the numbers of animals that we've seen at the shelter coming in as a whole. The reduced kennel space has presented a little bit of a problem, but so far we've been able to work through it. We're still hopeful to be in line for the addition. Myself and the staff want to thank everyone for all of their help and support in regards to the new location. We're very proud of what we have already done, and it makes it possible for all of us caring for the animals in our county to give the best possible chances to finding them forever homes. I have my eyes dilated today. I'm so sorry, I'm just really having issues. In 2004, county licenses, I think this is really important. When, in 2007, we only had 4 county licenses that were purchased. In 2008, we had 15. In 2009, we had 92. In 2010, we had 3. In 2011, we've had 73. So we've got a total of 188 licenses. So you can see with the new ordinance that came in place and everybody finally figuring out that we're finally here and what some of the rules are, that it's really awesome to know that people are finally finding us and being compliant. So do you have any other questions? The other 2 pages on the other side are a reference guide, so you can kind of see every month what came in. Last month in August, I think we had 44, August of 2010, we had 44 animals come in August. This year we had 82. So we've doubled.
I think the location has really helped for people to kind of get there, not having to go so far out. It's in I think, a really good place. So.
And we've had huge just walkthrough, just people interested coming in and, oh, can we bring donations? Can we walk dogs? Can we, what can we do to help? And so it's done everything that we hoped it would as far as that goes. So we are seeing quite a bit more traffic on, oh wow, we never knew you were here, here to take all our animals. But, it's, Animal Humane is still working with us really well. We have 2 pointers that we worked really hard. We have a gentleman that's coming up on Thursday all the way from Arizona to pick up 2 for rescue. So we're still really, working to get them wherever we can find rescues and people that can take them. So it's working out.
Great, thank you, Cindy.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so on that issue, since we're still actually on that item on request for out-of-state travel, would you like some time to ponder that, or are you ready with the decision?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the request for the out-of-state travel. It seems that they've done everything they could to try to contain the cost. And it sounds like she would be meeting quite a few similar operators that maybe she could make contacts also to send animals to. I think it would be beneficial.
Okay, thank you. Leanne?
My thing was to cut it in half and just send one of you, but then one of you would be driving by yourself, so for safety reasons, that would be okay. And thank you for working really hard at what you're doing. It's not going unseen.
And I do appreciate, was not aware that you hadn't utilized your training dollars in 2 years. So with that, I'll retract my statement from before, and I will now call for a motion for approval for out-of-state travel.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you.